Hello, Carrots here. Welcome to episode 21 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. We have the same crew as usual, and I'm recording the narration of this one now so I don't have the same problems as I had with episode 20 and lose my nice clean copy of the video because I waited too long to do the narration. We're starting out at Surf Circle with the little girl toddlers. They're in the playpen, learning some skills and playing peekaboo so they can get to know each other and become friends. The more friends they have, the more charisma skill they can get from the mirror in the playpen. They could learn to talk from the mirror if they didn't already know how to talk. So once they've learnt to talk, then the mirror will teach them charisma. There's a couple of gnomes there in the background. There's actually a lot more gnomes than that. Listening to the stereo, I suspect the gnomes are the ones that turned the stereo on. I don't think the little toddlers really mind if there's music or not. They're too happy playing with the mirror and the abacus. Sam's hard at work on Bella Vista Beach, surveying the beach and rescuing drowning Sims. Hopefully there'll be some Sims to rescue today. There's a couple there anyway, at least, standing on the beach. They're potential drowning victims. We're just waiting for Sam to rescue 35 Sims from drowning to reveal the final island, key to the city. They've already found 7 of the 8 islands that are hidden. There's a toilets block on the beach. And I think there's a Sim heading up that way. There he is, that chap that was on the beach. He's walked up there. He wanted to go to the toilet. That was exciting, wasn't it? Here's Sam, surveying the beach, doing his lifeguard duty. He's at level 10 of his career. Now let's go to Plumbub Island and see what's happening there. Well, we've got Craig maximising his sculpting skill. That's working towards his lifetime wish. He's got to do quite a lot of sculpting yet. He hasn't got very far with that particular skill. He's got to maximise painting, sculpting and inventing, I think, for his lifetime wish. He hasn't started on the inventing skill yet. So we're going to see a lot of Craig trying to get to his lifetime wish over the next few videos. I wonder who'll get there first, if Craig will get his lifetime wish before Sam finds that final island. I'm not too sure how many Sims Sam has actually rescued so far, but I don't think it'd be more than 10. So he's still got a long way to go. Of course, Sam needs to find that final island, key to the city, to complete his lifetime wish. I've got all of the Sims trying to work towards their lifetime wish at the moment. Hopefully, most of them will achieve it before the end of this game and I wind it up to move on to something different. Now, here's Plumbub Island again. In Plumbub Island, we find Muriel is also working towards her lifetime wish. She needs to master painting and the guitar skill. I think she's already mastered painting, but I'm getting her to do a few extra paintings just for decor around that floor. I want to make it look quite nice. And I also want to see how many different types of paintings she'll do that I haven't seen before. I usually make them do large paintings, but she's only doing medium ones because I haven't seen very many of the medium paintings. That's Craig. He got to do topiary now, so he is advancing on his sculpting skill. Wonder what he's going to make. I'll have to shift that sculpture there that's on the sculpting station before he can start another one as well, because I've only got 2 sculpting stations. And they're both occupied. Naturally, I'm not making you sit through the whole process of sculpting. Looks like there's something coming out of that. You can just see the top of its head already. Won't be long now. Yes, I'm not actually sitting through the whole sculpting process. We're just seeing little bits here and there. Because it takes a really long time for them to complete a single sculpture. I've got the age set to absolute maximum that I could do without using a mod to extend it even further. Looks like he's getting a penguin. Hasn't made a very good job of it though. It's got bits of leaves hanging off it. I suppose it is his first attempt at a topiary. He might have to do another penguin later on when he gets a bit better at it. There it is, all done. His first penguin. And Muriel's nearly finished that painting. It looks like it's a modern type of painting, just shades of pink. The little boys are there working on their skills they're learning in the walker. Of course, they can already walk. Just a little bit of a view from the sky above Plumbob Island. Now we can go to the Isla Paradiso Spring Fiesta. And here is Dianna. She is performing for tips at the Spring Festival. Her lifetime wish is to become a master magician. She's about halfway there. I've gone and added 5 Showtime lots to this world now. Hopefully they won't slow things down even more. I'm cutting massive amounts of lag out of these videos. That's why I can't talk while I'm playing the game and just put the game up because of all the lag. It's too hard to match up the words when we're just stopping and chopping pieces out of it all the way through. But she's working on her lifetime wish, gaining skill or points in her career. Now back to Plumbob Island, and we've finally got Muriel onto the guitar. I thought I'd pick a different sort of a guitar just to make things a bit interesting. I forget what it's called. I think it's one of the store guitars. It's a guitar that I hardly ever use anyway. This is her with her first skill point on the guitar that she's working on at the moment. She's got an audience already. There's Jeannie over there in the background watching her. Not too sure which of the toddlers that is in the foreground there. Now back to Surf Circle. The little girls are still in the playpen. And the gnomes are still listening to the music. Looks like they're both working on the abacus now. And there's a shot of all the gnomes. There's a spring gnome there now. And the Cackling Knackerbell, the autumn gnome, or the fall gnome, she's up on her feet or flying a bit. She was lying down before. We've got lots of those pink freezer bunny gnomes now. Stella Dog gets them when she barks at the fridge. Did that in the first episode. Uh-oh, someone's making a stinky mess over there in the corner. Hayley's going to clean up that after her little girl, whichever one it was that did it. Or maybe both of them had a go. Put the rubbish bin next to the potty so she hasn't got far to walk whenever she's got to clean up. She's certainly drawing that out for as long as possible. Yuck. Now we're back at Plumbob Island. And as we can see, there are a few more Sims in this part of the world now, because I can see a couple of little girls there in new versions of the walker. There's one in a beetle walker. She's just behind Josephine. Now, I know the other one's there somewhere. I just can't see her at the moment. That could be her just in front of the seats, with the wagon wheel seats that I've got over there. I've made a bedroom for them. You can see just there behind that huge doll's house. That's the door to their nursery. So that wall that the seats are along has actually got a bit longer now. I had to move that light across closer to the rocking chair, that floor lamp, the green one. And the fire's still burning. We've got 3 playpens there now so that everybody can be in the playpen at the same time if we need them to. But I'll plan to rotate them so that when I've got 2 in the playpen, so that's a close-up of, that must be Wendy. It's when I have, and there's Jerry over there too in a little car, little green car, Walker. Yes, when I've got 2 in a playpen, they will play with each other in the playpen and get to become friends. And once that 2 pair of friends, then I'll swap over so that there's a different pair together, so that way all of them will become friends, and it'll help them have more friends, which will let them get their charisma skill up higher when they play with the mirror. There's a few of them now, they're watching Muriel play her guitar. I think she's actually gaining quite quickly with that guitar skill, but as she gets higher up, it'll take her longer to improve her score. We still need more paintings. There's more gaps on the wall there that need to be filled. But as you can see, I am gradually making it look prettier. We need to have a nice environment for them all to be in, because also we need a nice environment for us to look at, because we do a lot of looking at them. It's a huge room. I was thinking in Sims 1, the Sims used to like to have big rooms with lots of corners. I don't think that works with Sims 3 though. That's Judy. They're standing watching as well. She was getting all excited there a minute ago. Here we go back to Surf Circle. There are still Sims on this lot. But I thought you might like to have a look at all the elixirs and things again in the garden. I actually came back here to put away things out of various inventories into those storage containers, so the Sims aren't walking around with full inventories all the time. And when I was there, I found that the fridge had some rotten food in it, so I got Dianna to go and clean it out, because I found her on the lot. She's usually over at Plumbob Island, but for some reason she's at Surf Circle today. I don't always keep track of where all the Sims are. It's just the toddlers that I keep an eye on. And I keep Sam here at Surf Circle as well, because I think at Plumbob Island it would just be too far for him to go to get to work on time. I suspect he'd still manage okay if he was over on Plumbob Island. She just put some things away there in the cupboard. The garden hasn't got much growing in it anymore. They've got more than enough in their refrigerators and in vegetable storage containers. They don't really need a garden, so I'm just letting it go. The gardeners can continue to come and work on it, but I won't be planting more in it. I think that sculpture is called Octavian or something like that. I had to get it off the sculpting station in case we need to do some sculpting at some stage. I'll put it down here to keep it in storage. Don't know who made it. It was probably either Craig or Muriel. I think that one is the registration reward that came with World Adventures. So if you've got World Adventures and you've registered it, well then you might see your Sims sculpting it one day. Now at Crystal Waters Beach, Sam is surveying the beach. Looks like there's a few Sims there in swimming already. So that's hopeful. We might get a drowning. We need to have a few Sims drown, or try to drown. They don't actually die. If he fails to rescue them in time, they just get cranky come up to the beach, get out of the water, up to the beach, smack him around the face for a while, and then go right off our brain at him, telling him that he's a bad lifeguard because he didn't rescue them, and they could have drowned. At least I've never seen the Grim Reaper come to a drowning incident. Not yet, anyway. And I reckon of all the Sims that are there now swimming, the most likely one to start drowning is that Dreg Sim, that ghost. Those ghosts died from drowning, and they're always in the water, drowning again and getting rescued. I just hope those rescues count towards the 35 rescues that Sam has to do. Because after all, if they drown again, they're still drowned already, aren't they? There's that toddler crying. He's hungry. I tried to get Sam to feed him, but he doesn't know the family well enough, so he couldn't do anything. Just let it sit there and scream. Don't know where its parent is. Hello, yep, I knew it. Ghostly drowning victim. Come on, Sam, come and rescue the ghost. He's drowning again. So if my Sims don't die from drowning, why do we have ghosts who died from drowning? Be interesting. I guess when we get further into it and he gets closer to his 35 rescues, we'll find out if anybody does drown, because at that point there will be a lot of drownings happening all at the same time, and he won't be able to rescue all of them. Certainly because the game will just make him stand there and watch rather than jump in there and grab them and pull them out. He can certainly move a lot better when he is moving, now that he's a level 10 at everything. Well, everything being his level 10 lifeguard career, level 10 athletic skill, his level 10 charisma, and that's the three things that are important for this particular career. He's level 10 in his career as well. I think I said skill, but it's career. Okay, he's rescued that ghost. That's all he's got to do. Throw out a bit of red stuff to float on. That's an official rescue. Providing rescuing ghosts counts. It's good to see a bit of action on the beach at long last. A few fish jumping there. Be a good place to go fishing maybe at some stage. Might get him to go out and sit in his boat there when he's got his 35 rescues and see if he can catch a fish off the boat. I think they've got to actually sit in the rowboat over the fishing spot where the fish are jumping to be able to fish and catch a fish that way from a boat. So somebody else is drowning now. After all those times he's been at the beach and getting no rescues, and now he's got 2 within a few minutes. How good is that? It's not good for the Sims that are drowning, of course, but it's good for his progress towards his 35 rescues and the chance of actually getting that island before we have about 50 episodes. I want this done soon. This is episode 21. Got a bit of activity in this episode. So that guy is effectively rescued. He's got his red floaty. Now Sam can go back to the beach. Now, this is at Performance Park. This is another go for Dianna to work on her lifetime wish, which is to be a master magician. This is her first actual gig at a Showtime venue. And she's going to do this duty in that box, that magic box, and she's going to put all swords in there and do a magic trick. I think I'm going to have to actually work out a better stage for her. It's pretty dark up there. I think watching the audience in this particular one is more fun than watching the magician. They're certainly enjoying the show. I'll have to get an acrobat because it's great watching the acrobat perform. Never played the magician before. I got a magician who's a level 10 magician, but she got there on herself with story progressions assistance when she was in a house that I wasn't playing. That's in my big game. We'll get back to that one day soon too. So Judy survived the attack with the swords. And Diana's continuing on with some more tricks. I didn't like that one very much. A few negatives going up. There's two proprietors there at the moment. That guy on the right-hand side is proprietor, and it's another one on the far left. That bally-headed bloke on the left, that one there. I don't know where he came from. The one on the right is the one that belongs to this lot. The other one's just there checking out the talent, I think. Because the second proprietor just walked onto the lot just a few minutes ago. He hasn't been there all along. Maybe it's very quiet at his venue tonight. There she is. She did the dove trick. Oh, they liked that, jumping around in circles of excitement. As I said, the audience is more fun to watch than the actual magician. So we're getting very close to the end of the video now. So I hope you've been enjoying it. And I will definitely put more effort into the stage if she comes back to this venue. Because I got her to just use the setting for that the venue had already set up. I think she needs much more light on the subject. But at least when it's dark like that, you can see the flames when she's doing that hot hands. She hasn't caught on fire yet. I've seen her catch on her hand on fire when she's at the park, at the festival grounds. At least she's pretty good at putting it out fairly quickly. That's the proprietor on the right-hand side, just walked into the picture again. He's the one that actually belongs to this venue. I don't know. The audience are enjoying her, but I don't think I'd hire her again. She's not doing much. Or if she is doing a lot, we can't see it because I didn't put the lights on the stage. Yep, all those blue plus signs, they're obviously having some fun. Wonder if she makes friends this way. I don't have a lot of experience with magicians or the Showtime careers. I've had a singer sim or a few singer sims that have done lots with their careers, but I hardly ever watch them. I let them just go off and do it themselves. Well, that is the end of the video now. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. Bye bye for now, and carrots out.